okay yung last week, di ba? Parang napag-usapan natin dahil may latency problems yung wifi ni Diego sa bago niyang bahay.
Yeah.
Diyan tayo sa Flossom. We'd like to thank Flossom again for hosting us.
Tsaka napaka-secure nung ginawa nila na setup for us.
Oo nga eh. May kinlose down silang section ng Flossom. Tsaka malapit lang sa, actually malapit sa ating tatlo, ano? Gitna. Malapit sa bahay mo, sa bahay ni Diego.
Okay.
Ikaw, ano pang pinagkakabala? Okay din na ano, no? Pwede din pala na tayong dalawa lang yung crew.
Oo nga. Parang sa start lang, medyo nakakanibago, pero okay din siya. Ayaw nga pala, nakita ko yung all ride. Ano yun? Parang
all right.
Ano ba yan? Sa biking?
Actually, parang ano lang, may nakausap akong guy, si Darwin Chalcita. May shoot kaming video for the Husqvarna motorcycles. Sabi niya, hey, may YouTube channel ka, di ba? Sabi ko, nag-trip lang ako, wala lang ako ginagawa. Tapos sabi niya, di ba barkada mo sina Mon, ang team niya? Sabi ko, gawa kang shirts. So naisipan ko, gumawa ng shirts. Tapos ito yun. Alright.
Ganda. So ano yung...
Tapos pinatrabaho ko na yung anak ko. So she handles all the Lazada bookings and actually she made the page. Sabi ko, ako na lang gagawa ng video. Si Mon helped me design it.
Ano yung Ano yung main message ng brand? Parang having fun lang, ganun? Or...
Ganda niyan ha. Hindi ko pa alam yan. Pero wala lang. Parang just ride. Di ba? Ride. Anything.
Yun yung interpretation ko nga eh. Parang knowing your personality rin. Parang just have fun. I mean, it may not be riding or it may not...
Actually, tama.
Anything. And it's gonna be all right. Parang ganun.
Everything, parang yan na. Everything's gonna be all right.
Diba?
Ginawa mo na yung tagline ko. Tinatanong ako ni Mon, sabi ni Mon, Rames, dapat may tagline ka. Sabi ko, wala eh. All right now. So yun yung una. Pero mas maganda yung sa'yo.
Yun. Bawal na
okay. Ikaw na may rights nun. Everything's gonna be all right.
Okay.
All right.
Ganda.
So may ginagawa ngayon yung anak ko. Siya nagbubook. May orders na. May hindi ko naintindihan yung Lazada part. Shopee, Lazada store part. Anyway, let's talk about our guest for today.
Our guest for today, nakilala ko siya through D&D. Actually, she was our first artist. I remember one of our people at Gen 1 knew her manager. And then, sobrang cold call. Parang same rin sa inyo. Tapos, thankfully, pumayag siya and then the rest was history. Ang masabi ko lang, after all this time na nakilala ko siya, she's one hell of a guitar player. As in,
I'll say that. Can I say that too? Can I say that? She is the best guitar player that I know personally.
Iba. Admittedly.
Ibang level.
Nung una parang, I mean, nakikita ko dati yung Parker Fly, pero parang di ko na masdan ng mabuti na parang grabe pala mag-shred talaga to. Kasi syempre she's touted as a singer-songwriter, mostly dun sa Tabing Ilog and yung Sangriang Poets, Fire Woman. But you know, it's really refreshing to see, despite yung appearances na parang syempre she's pretty and she's but there's a gearhead and a virtuoso within. Parang ganun, diba?
She could probably also the most gearhead person that we know.
Oo eh. Kasi nagugulat ako parang, uy, alam mo na ba to? Tapos nagra-route din siya ng sarili niyang stuff.
Oo nga eh. May story ako, Darren. May guesting kami sa isang TV show. We were supposed to sing on a morning show. Ako, si Barbie, and si Pochoy of Dicta License. Tapos, nasa UP kami. Sa UP yung show eh. Tapos she was in the back of the room putting her makeup on. Kausap ko si Pochoy. I was describing a pedal to Pochoy. Pochoy, there's this pedal I've been searching for years. Tapos gano'n ng dinidescribe ko sa kanya yung sound kay Pochoy. Because I'm the opposite. I'm not a gearhead. Nandun si Barbie at the back of the room. Told me the name of the pedal. It's in the Fuzz Factory, sabi niya. Fuzz Factory. Ginano niya lang. Okay. Diba? Well, I'll check it. So, okay. Pagpunta ko sa States, a few months later, I look for Fuzz Factory. Sinaksa ko. Sa store, sinaksa ko pare. Mismo.
Yun na talaga.
Yun yung hinahanap kong tunog na I've been searching for years. I've never asked a gearhead. And si Barbie was there putting her, show makeup on for the TV show. Fuzz Factory. Let's introduce our guest for today, episode 11.
Ito na. Our next guest for episode 11 is Barbie Almalbis Honasan of Barbie City. Hi!
Hi! What happened to my video? Let me see. Oh, there it is. Can you guys hear?
Yes.
All
Okay, sir.
Hey, Ray. Say that.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Basta.
First things off, great to see you, not in your PPE outfit. Kumusta
Thank
pala yun? We didn't know. We just found out when you posted.
Yeah, it's really challenging. But yeah, thankfully, nasa ano na, Martin's been recovering at home. So he feels great. He's just trying to get his stamina back. Parang kagabi, kakatawa nga kasi kagabi, naka-sneeze siya for the first time, like a really good sneeze. So he was like really celebrating. That was a sneeze. He sneezed. Kasi nga when he, in the past week, if he feels a sneeze coming, then when he inhales, hindi na pupuno yung lungs niya, hindi na malalim na inhale. So, nabibitin palagi yung sneeze niya. So, yun nga, he's just, exercising his lungs, doing some, parang may hinihipan para mag-expand yung lungs niya. Ganon, yeah. It's really, COVID is really challenging, but grateful na, yun nga, we're home and he's recovering well. So, yun, quarantine lang muna kami din dito. Even more so than before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, how did you guys find out? What did he feel?
Oh, yeah, well,
what was he feeling?
Actually,
and how are the kids?
Yeah, they're good. They're good. They're just right now they're in school, in the other room. So how did we? He had. It was weird. You see, but people say, watch for the symptoms like loss of taste and smell, coughing, diba, ganon. In slight fever naman, we have so many reasons to have a slight fever, diba? So at first, he had a stomach ache and a slight fever. So we didn't think it was anything. Tsaka hindi kami lumalabas eh. A whole year, alam mo yan, we've been really careful. Not once kami pumunta ng mall or restaurant. Not once this whole year. So, hindi namin in-expect. And then, so parang nung 4th day na ng low fever niya, tapos medyo parang masama yung pakiramdam niya. Parang yun naisip niya baka dengue. Then naalala ko may isa akong lamok na nakita sa baba. Sabi ko, may isang lamok ako nakita sa baba. Sabi ko, yun kaya yun? Just that one mosquito like got you? And it would have been his 3rd time to get dengue. Sabi ko, kagatin niya talaga siya ng lamok. So, yun. So we went to the ER and then we got checked for dengue. And then, weirdly enough, nag-positive siya sa dengue. Parang there's 2 checks for dengue, and then he got positive in the one, pero negative in the other. Parang, and then so dengue nga ganun. And then like I don't know, he was still in the ER, getting instructions from the doctor. After maybe an hour or so, bumalik yung doctor ulit. Tapos sabi niya, sir, sorry, positive ka pala sa COVID, ganun. So apparently yung COVID pala, it can also activate a dengue antigen in your body. So, your body thinks it's dengue. Parang may ganun din siyang factor. So, yeah. So, ayun lang. So, yeah. That's why we went to the ER because he had a fever for the 4th day and diarrhea. So, it wasn't even, the usual COVID symptoms.
Nawala din yung taste niya? May ganun
Wala.
ba?
Hindi. Hindi nawala.
So may COVID din pala na hindi nawawala yung taste.
Mm-mm.
So talagang wala pa tayong
Kami talaga inisip. Yeah. So I
Parang,
guess when you have like low grade fever, baka ano na yun, parang weird kasi ayaw din natin maging praning, diba? Kasi kami this whole year may konting allergy lang, parang COVID na ba? Di ba parang lahat na
yeah,
lang? So
yeah.
ayaw din namin maging over ganon. So, but at the same time, kaya din namin hindi na-detect kasi nga wala yung usual na, oh, wala yung usual na symptoms. Ayun. So, ayun lang.
So, okay
Um,
rin, actually, so parang iba rin na having your parang support system around. Actually, during COVID, yun yung napansin ko rin na parang, una, syempre health is wealth, di ba? Tapos parang, you're grateful just to not be sick with anything, di ba? So parang,
yes, yes.
actually, I was gonna ask you, kasi napansin ko rin like, in your house, parang, lahat kayo halos musicians, di ba? So during time ba ng pandemic, is it better to be with like sila Karel, tapos sila Echo, Kai? Does
Oh
it help?
yeah, definitely it's made like parang neighbors kasi kami lahat. So it's really been made it a lot easier and less boring, 'di ba? Na lagi kayong you look forward to having dinners together and yun lagi kayong magkakasama. Yeah. So although I realized din that having such a big bubble also I guess increases your risk din kasi mari
Oo.
dito sa amin sa house namin, 'di ba? Apat lang kami and then we have our staff with us. So maliit lang, makakonti lang kami. And of course, hindi kasi namin kayang alam mo yung tightly sealed talaga. Hindi ka na wala naman tayo sa
Of
bunker.
course.
So minsan may pupunta ng palengke, minsan may pupunta ng drugstore and something. Miss na nito eh. So ayan na. Pumunta ng drugstore ganyan. So I mean in our bubble there's like may konting leak talaga, may konting weak link bale parang ganon. So na-realize ko that also that more bubbles together also increases the weak links, 'di ba? Kasi kunwari sila Karel, meron din silang ano doon. May mga necessary labas-labas din sila, kami rin meron. So pag nagsama-sama rin,
Di mo
dumadami rin yung risk. Nagmo-multiply din yung risk. So, yun yung mga things na kino-consider namin ngayon, like moving forward, parang how can we kasi talagang honestly, syempre hindi naman perfectly sealed yung bubble namin but hindi kami kumain sa labas, hindi kami nag-mall, hindi kami may mga gigs nga na pag may gig na may audience kunwari, parang kasi din yun nga because we have elderly 'di ba dito sa compound. Nag-decline ako sa mga pag may inquiry na gano'n, pag gig na merong mga tao, parang
crowd.
ginawa ko lang mga online or pag kaming band lang talaga, gano'n lang. So, yeah. Pero yeah, glad that it's over. But of course, there's still so many people are going through it right now.
Oo.
And yeah, prayers for everyone. And talagang, yan, sana matapos na rin to. Sana magka-vaccine na at sana matapos na tong
Oo.
season na to.
Agree.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
growing up naman, did you also have a lot of musicians around you? Or is it the same as...
Yeah, I did, yeah. My mother's side of um ano sila, musician silang lahat. Like my lolo, my lola, and paano nga ba? Yeah, kasi my lolo, galing siya dito sa, parang his family was from here in Manila. So, meron siyang mga kapatid na nasa theater, may mga songwriter siyang kapatid dito sa Manila. But then he moved to Roxas City and that's where, he raised his family and that's where I was born. And so syempre and my lola also who was from Iloilo, from Sara, Iloilo. Musician din siya. She was a pianist. Pero yun nga, since growing up in Roxas City in the 80s and yeah, from the time my lolo moved there and all the way till I was born and everything. Walang music industry doon, walang gigs, may isang basta konti lang yung bar or something ganyan. So musician family sila pero wala sa kanilang parang professional musician. So I just grew up with them like playing music in the house and then nagse-serve din sila sa church. So my lolo and my mom would sometimes write songs for mass and then may church choir sila. So when I started learning guitar at grade 5, it was my grandparents who taught me. And then, yun. Ako, acetate girl ako nun sa simbahan. Alam mo yun? Abutan niyo ba yan? May
Yes,
nag-acetate.
yes,
Yun.
of course.
Ako yun. Acetate muna ako. Parang sa mamaya nag-graduate na ako, gitarista na ako, kasali na ako sa choir. Ganun.
How
That
did
was
you
my
get
first.
so good sa guitar? Raymond and I were talking na parang feeling namin you're one of the, if not the best, parang
I
guitarist.
think she's the best guitarist we know personally.
How
Ano
did
ba?
how did
Grabe.
you get so
You're
good?
too kind. You're too very kind. um, Guitar for me, so I started when I was grade 5, 11 years old. And this was in Roxas City. Obviously, siguro, well, Darren is younger than us, Rames, right? But tayo growing up, di ba, wala naman tayong, distractions maliban sa paglabas, di ba? Labas-labas, akit kami ng, basta, laro sa kalye, di ba, ganyan. So,
Ganda ng akyat ng puno. Akyat kami puno.
akit ang puno. Ganon eh. So when I found the guitar, that I had a hobby, I had something to do every day. So at grade 5, I would play, from grade 5, I had a guitar every day. I played it every day. And then, so it became like my thing, like parang something I really enjoyed doing. And then since I saw my mom and my lola write songs, and then, yun nga, parang, mga second year high school, I started writing songs. Inisip ko siya as a songwriting tool talaga. Parang kaya hindi ako masyado nag-gravitate to like guitar solo people, like that, like except Slash, kasi Slash was so cool. So parang when it was them, it was like bands like Depeche Mode, Guns N' Roses, those are the bands that made me want to be a band. Parang, it made me daydream of doing that. So, but it wasn't until like when sila John Mayer came out, sila, yun nga, and then of course like going back to their influences like Stevie Ray Vaughan, mga ganon. Parang dun ako, and also being in a band with Kakoy, Legaspi, he was in Barbie's Cradle for a while. Parang it was only during that time when I really fell in love with the guitar as a lead instrument. Before kasi talagang chords, parang songwriting tool siya sa akin, and konting-konting kulay, ganon. But it was only then, like mga 2000, early 2000s that I started like really liking guitar as a lead instrument. So I just tried it out. I studied like yung mga Stevie Ray Vaughan, mga Lenny, mga ganun. Tapos parang nagulat ako na pwede pala. Parang I was so happy na nagawa ko pala. Kasi yun nga for like more than 10 years. Hindi naman. Ilan na ba yun? Yeah, mga around 10 years. Hindi ko naisip na kaya kong gawin yun. Parang ganon. So it kind of opened the possibilities for me na pwede pala. So then I just started to learn things like, with the metronome, parang babagalan ko muna tong riff na to, tapos pabilis. Parang ganun lang. It's just opened my eyes when I realized na that I could do a few things like the slower songs. And of course, I still have so much.
How did you learn before YouTube? Were you magazines or teachers? Do you have?
No, unfortunately, like I said, living in Roxas City in the 80s, there was no bands, there were no magazines. Like even the access to music, I had like classmates who had relatives in Manila who would like tell me what cool music is out there, and they'd send it to me. Yeah. Like even you guys, the E-heads, I learned about you from my classmates who was a super, super big fan, and she was a big fan of OPM bands, and then, yeah.
Yung reaction ng cat mo ganun eh. Oh.
Ha?
Yung reaction ng cat mo gumanon lang siya.
Kaya
What's the name of your cat?
Her name is Vernie. Actually, her name's Vernie Varga. She was named by her previous owner, yung
Vernie Varga.
Yung sister, yung kasi namin, my sister-in-law really owns this cat and pina-adopt niya sa amin. So that's been her name. They gave her that name. So
Akala ko Vernie from Vernon Reed. Vernie Varga pala even.
Vernie Varga because she has that, regal the hair thing, the thing like that.
Did you have bands in Roxas?
Now, yeah. And
No. You, when you were growing up, did you have bands?
Yes. Well, my first one was with my mom. And then with this kid named Jet that I went to school with, who was a great drummer. And then his dad was the lead guitar player, so my mom played bass. I mean, she never played the bass before, but then, yun nga, because we had the band, so she needed to play bass. And then, we covered like Guns N' Roses and things like that. So she did that. The child of mine, sweet child of mine na, alam mo yan, yung bass solo sa intro. Tan, 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 tan. Yeah, that was my mom.
Who sang? Who sang?
Me.
What's the name of the band?
You know what? We didn't even have a name, but we just played one gig. We played like a gig for school, for like a school reunion, homecoming, ganyan. But then after that, I had another band. I had a couple of bands there in my hometown kasi nga we live in parang sa may port, sa port, near the sea. So I also had a band with some porters there because 'di ba minsan pag 'di ba mahilig naman talaga kahit saan ka naman, kahit walang banda during that time, kahit saan ka pumunta mayroong maggigitara at kakanta, 'di ba? So ayun, so marami ako mga nakuhang bandmates dun sa mga neighbors namin. So we had like, yeah, and then we would cover, E-heads. We would cover, ano pa ba? Ano pa yun? May yung bandmate ko, kinakanta niya yung, ano pa yun? Something Moon I forgot the title of the song. Pero talaga yung range ng mga kino-cover namin medyo malawak kasi kung ano yung mga gusto niya. Pinaghalo namin lahat and, yeah.
How many bands did you get into before eventually Hungry Young Poets?
When I moved sa Manila nung college na. So yun nga in Roxas, so I had a band with my mom and then a band with my neighbors and then I had another band na nag-join kami ng Battle of the Bands. So Goldfish yung pangalan ng band namin sa Roxas yun. And then when I went to Manila na, I had a band in school with some schoolmates and some people outside of school. We were called Green Tea. That was the name of our band. And after that, it was Hungry Young Poets na. So I had 2 bands here. Yeah.
So how did you make, diba, your first single I guess was Fire Woman and Torpe?
Actually it was Deep and then Torpe and Fire Woman, yeah.
So could you take us parang back to how you guys wrote the songs dun sa Fire Woman and Torpe? I'm sure a lot of people want to know yung, I guess if you could take us, give us konting meaning or insight behind it, parang ganun.
So, di ba, so I had been writing songs since I was in high school. Hindi ko inisip na wala sa paradigm ko na pwede itong gawin for a living or pwede mong gawin, I just thought it was a fun thing to do. But I kept doing it. I kept playing every day, kept writing songs, and I would put it in a tape, and then, di ba, alam niyo yung classic ginagawa natin na tape to tape.
Tape to tape. Bounce.
Oh, bounce. Drum machine. Tapos may gitara. Tapos lipat sa kabila, gitara ulit. Kanta. Mamaya may second voice na. Mamaya kapal na. Pero dami na hiss. Pero band na. Ganun. So, yun ang ginagawa ko nung dati. And then...
Multi-tracking by overdubbing. Galing!
Layers.
So what were you using, like a karaoke machine?
Yeah, karaoke.
Oh my God! I did that too!
Wala nga, di ba? Wala nga ako access sa band, sa gear pa kaya. Wala akong alam kung what to use, what's out there.
What would you record first, guitar or?
I mean, sometimes if I had like a drum machine in my keyboard, di ba?
Yes.
Sometimes I do that. Or sometimes I would record.
Let's explain to the kids.
Yeah.
So you have a portable keyboard with speakers.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And it had preset drum sounds
patterns
and drum grooves.
Usually usually medyo cheesy. Kasi wala pa naman nun mga cool na wala akong access sa ganun eh. Basta may beat lang tapos may reverb na nga yung drum machine eh. Parang
But the recorder is it a cassette karaoke? So do you input the output of the keyboard or do you mic the keyboard?
I think my mom got me a karaoke with inputs. So there's like a guitar input. And then wala pa akong amp
So
guitar ko direct.
So it's a line out.
Yeah.
So it's a line out from that's the rhythm section, di ba? So you record the drums first?
I don't remember.
Or do you
It might have been
keyboard?
It might have been a mic to the keyboard input.
That's what we all did. We didn't know it.
Yeah, I think it was it. But my guitar won't work. I had to plug it into the karaoke input. So, Wala pang
It
distortion.
sounded
distortion nun.
awful.
Clean lang. Clean lahat.
The
Clean
clean
sound lahat.
karaoke guitar sound is the worst sound ever.
Yeah. But you
So,
know,
una, wait.
for us, it was
Yes,
like awesome because we're like, hey, I'm making an album here. You know, like,
Yes.
my songs are coming together. So
I love it.
I
So,
even
okay.
I even drew an album cover, you know, like ano mo yun, may tape tapos may ano.
No, we have to explain that you record it there and then you tape those drums to the other tape deck. Dalawa yun di ba? Double
Yeah,
cassette,
dalawa
right?
yun magkatabi.
So you bounce it. That's bouncing
Right.
it to the other one. And then you record another track over it. You
Yeah.
get the cassette, put it back to cassette one,
Parang
and then
ganon.
overdub your guitar, right?
Yeah.
And then you
And
bounce it again.
then your harmonies. May
Yes.
harmony
Wow.
na. Oo.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I want to hear that. I hope you still have cassettes of that. You should put it out.
I don't know. I'm kind of ashamed of it.
No, you gotta put it out. You gotta put it out in Instagram, Barbs. That's gonna be awesome. I'd love to hear it. Barbie karaoke guitar and portable keyboard. Casio beat mo. Oh my God.
Yes. Yeah.
You
That's what I
should
did.
find. I'm sure it's in Roxas City. Your mom will send it to you, and we will all. It's like, oh
I'll
my
try.
God. Anyway, wait. Before that, in college, how did you gravitate or how did you meet your bandmates?
All right. Well, this is cool because so I was studying business management. I mean, there was a band. I went to LaSalle. Tapos merong LaSalle band. They did like mga parang tawag din, mga classical music and orchestra things like that. And I played guitar with them. Then I happened to sit beside someone in my accounting class. Okay, so in accounting class, I was writing a song. I wasn't listening to my teacher, obviously. I was writing. And then yung seatmate ko, sabi niya, oh, are you, yun nga, napansin niya, I was writing a song. Tapos, sabi niya, gitarista daw siya. And sabi niya, yeah, I play guitar. Sabi niya, I even have a picture of my guitar. So he whipped out his wallet with that accordion.
Wala pang phone.
Ano tawag doon? Yun, yung plastic.
Yung address book, yung ba
Ay,
yun?
hindi accord. Parang book na, or accord, basta gano'n, na pictures, mga photos.
Okay.
Photos. He had photos of his guitar. You know, he took photos of it. He had it
Wow.
printed in his wallet. So it's like, here's a photo of my guitar. Boom, gano'n. And that guy is Ran Golamco.
Hey, shout out to Ran. I love Ran.
Yeah. So,
NYC.
yeah. Yeah, so he was my seatmate. And then, yun lang. And then, so we had a conversation. And then, so he said na sabi niya, I know a friend who happened to be Ricky Garango. So he said, I know a friend, he's looking for a band. I can connect you guys. So, ganun. But before that, I also had yun nga, yung Green Tea, my band with my friends in school, si Zara Smith. Dalawa kaming kumakanta. We were part of the softball team together. Or, basta we had a lot of connections in school. So we formed a band.
And then, how'd you get a drummer? Who was your drummer? There was Ran and Ricky.
Okay, so Ran and Ricky. And then it was Zach Lucero who was our drummer.
Zach.
Kasi yun nga. Yeah.
I remember that. I remember
Yeah,
when I first saw you in LaSalle. We played LaSalle. And I remember that. Yeah, I remember Zach
opened
playing
for you
drums
guys.
for you. Yeah, see.
I opened for you guys,
see-
those were really like big moments for me. Like imagine nga growing up listening, covering your songs, and then we're
But
opening for
Mark
you. Yeah.
Mark Lakay knew you for some reason. Mark Lakay said, you gotta check this out. So
I
yeah,
think it was
that's
because
how
of
we
Ricky.
met you and Ricky and Ran and Zach. That's right.
Yeah,
Zach was
kasi
the drummer.
sila, yun nga, like I said, like, I was new in Manila, and, just doing my tape-to-tape thing in the house, and then because of Ran, I met Ricky, and Ricky was already in a band with Jet Pangan. He knew everybody he knew Mark Lakay, he knew, a lot of people, and then,
So Ricky was in Jet solo band?
yeah, the
I
Jet
mean
Pangan
Jet
group.
so the Jet Prang group. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so what he actually, that's sobrang thankful ako sa kanila, like yung mga umpisa like my first few gigs here was playing in between the sets of Jet Pangan group. Like he'd have a gig in 70s Bistro, and then I'd play 3 songs while they're resting, and then that's where I got my first gig. Like the owner of Freedom Bar, which was new then, approached me during that intermission number and then said, "Do you want to have a a regular gig in my bar. So that's how I got. And then we actually opened for you guys also in Freedom Bar at one time. It was the first time I think I got to meet you guys. Was yun, dun sa Freedom Bar. Na kasi mas maliit eh. Pag sa school kasi, di ba, hindi naman tayo sama-sama nun eh.
Yeah, we said hi, hello. Si Mark introduced you guys.
Was it in LaSalle?
I met you in LaSalle. I met you in
Okay.
LaSalle. But yeah, we bump into each other. Who was, pero sa Freedom, hindi na si Zach. He wasn't drumming for you then.
I'm not sure if it was Franklin. Maybe it was
But
Franklin.
who
next.
recorded the album?
We got different drummers for the album.
Okay.
So it was Minko, it was
Oh, Minko
Junjun-
Fabregas of Color and
Junjun
Thread.
Regalado. Yeah, a few different drummers. And then actually the Franklin story is also funny. So we
Okay.
didn't have a drummer to gig with. Okay? So si Ricky talaga yung band leader namin. Ako taga-sulat ng songs. Yun nga, doing my part in the band. But when it comes to the plan, I had zero plan. I didn't even think that this thing was, for real, that you could do it for a living. But si Ricky, he would print our set lists. He would have band meetings and it's a real deal, ganun. So sabi niya, let's hold an audition for a drummer. So I don't know how he invited people because may contacts na siya. So nag-audition kami ng drummers. And then so it was in JP Rizal in the studio of sila Cindy, basta sila Jetpack, basta that area.
Yes, the basement, in the basement.
Basement, yeah. What was that called?
Yeah,
Basta
yeah.
That studio. That's where we held
Yes, I remember that.
our auditions. And then, so, we were so impressed with Franklin. We had this song na Odd Time. Si Jojo Lim yung nag-drums nun sa album. So, it was a 7.
Jojo Lim played with Passage, right?
I'm not sure if it was Passage, but he's like a super galing
Session,
na, session drummer na sobrang virtual. So it was a 7-4, 7-8, basta ganun na kanta. So of all the drummers that we auditioned, like Franklin really made it look so easy. So actually, later on sinabi nga niya, yun lang pala yung inaral niya. Parang yung iba, parang miningit lang, sabi niya yung mahirap na kanta, yun yung So talagang tuwang-tuwa kami sa kanya. But later on, he revealed to me, he didn't really want to be in the band. He was just challenged, so he wanted to see if he can get in. So funny. So, yun nga, di ba? So wala pa na talaga siya. He wasn't 100% in. So, then, yeah, we auditioned him, and then we liked him. So then Ricky called him. Sabi niya, ganyan, Franklin, congratulations. You're gonna lead the band. Sabi niya, just come to this place tomorrow or whatever. Punta ka dito, ganyan. And then, bring clothes, ganyan. And when he got there, it was the photo shoot for our album cover for the back.
Photo shoot.
So nagugulat siya doon. Tatawa ako when I look at that picture, realize ko si Franklin parang noon hindi pa 100% in. Parang he's like, posing, but he's like, what am I doing here?
So before his first gig was a photo shoot.
Yeah. Yes.
That's very original.
So sometimes sometimes you put autograph or notes in the album. He didn't even play in the album, but his picture's there.
Oh, he didn't play in the album.
Hindi nga, yeah.
He was not part of the other drummers who recorded in the album.
No, we didn't know him then. It was like we needed the drummer now when we start gigging. So, yeah. So eventually, pero yun nga, sabi niya, ayan, for eventually when, started gigging and things started picking up, sabi parang okay na rin to. so he stayed. He's so funny. Parang he only told this to me like, just a couple of years ago. Parang, kaya, kakatawa ka talaga. Audition ka, wala ka palang plano. Kasi na-challenge lang pala siya. Gusto lang niya malaman kung papasa ba siya o hindi.
Side story, his son, your inaanak,
Yeah, si Zild.
si Zild of the
Nice.
Four of Spades. Another amazing musician.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Of course.
Did
I
you
saw
have a
him
hand?
growing up.
Did you have a hand on teaching him how to play?
No. He had
But-
so many hands around him. I mean, Franklin is surrounded by awesome musicians, and diba sa Musicians on Fire, they have this
Yes.
ministry for musicians, and talagang parang he was growing up, Zild was surrounded by people who practice their instrument 8 hours a day. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's what the culture was in Franklin's, I guess, circle. But he would be there when we would rehearse. Si Jaden mabait talaga yan, since he was a kid. He was like really kind, soft-spoken. Ganyan siya, ninang. Lagi siyang bumibeso. Ganun. Nagaganon yan sa akin nung bata siya. Ganyan, ninang. Ganyan. So, pag nagpa-practice kami, nanonood siya. Ganon. And then, yeah. Oops. Let me see. Yeah. And then, when he was 13, he played for my band. Minsan pag wala akong bass player, si Franklin was like, and Franklin was my drummer then, again, nung nag-solo ako for a few years. So, yeah, pag wala kaming bass player, sabi niya, si Zild na lang, ako bahala, iti-train ko. Yun, so he did a few gigs with us. So, he was 13 years old, he played, he played mga, kahit out of town.
How did you transition from Hungry Young Poets to your solo career?
Well, this was later na, mga 2005 was when, yeah. Actually, it was Barbie's Cradle na. We were Barbie's Cradle for 6 years. And then, yeah, actually, when I left the group, I didn't know what I was gonna do next yet. Parang, yeah, dumating na ako sa siguro ano ba? I mean, I had a lot of personal things aside from, that was extra musical, you know what I mean, like going on in my life. So it wasn't really a musical decision, you know what I mean. It was like, I even told my band, parang, at the time it was Wendell, Romel, it was Kako, it was like the best guys to be in a band with for me, right? And so I told them we're having so much fun, doing this musically, and I'm such a big fan of them as musicians. But it was just a point in my life na parang, I don't know, parang I didn't feel I was in the right place. You know what I mean? Parang, and it was also something, very personal, like a personal decision. And so I prayed about it. I thought about it, and then, yeah, and then, so nag-alam ako sa manager ko. Si Wingard Tracy yung manager namin at that time. And then I told my band then, and then I told them I don't know what's gonna happen next. Sabi ko, but I'm gonna leave. Sabi ko, if you guys wanna, find another singer and use the songs, you can go ahead and do that. Sabi ko, ganun. I don't know. Basta ganun. I didn't know if I was gonna focus more in church or something. I didn't know. So this was May. It was May when I told them. And then, but we had gigs lined up until June, like end of June. So sabi, tapusin namin yung gigs namin sa June. But then, when June started, I had a friend who told me, so yun, di ba? I mean, if I was gonna be in a band, I have to start from scratch again, right? So, a friend of mine told me, hey, Close Up is looking for a song. Sabi nila, they're asking bands to submit songs, and, for their new campaign. Sabi niya, you wanna try? Kasi nga, our other artist is also trying. Ano ka na rin? So, I didn't have a manager or anything. It was my friend lang saying na, ayun. And then, funnily enough, when I was in high school, I'm sure you guys remember the Gino Padilla, Closer You and I song.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that was my favorite. So, I mean, like me and my barkada, it was like our song. Every time it came on the radio or on TV, we would like sing and be so kilig. Parang I have such a connection with that song. So when I heard that Close Up was looking for a song, I kind of knew what it felt like what a Close Up song felt like. It's like, it's like, I know, this is my song, So I had been writing a song unfinished, and then I just sat on the stairs, and then I thought of that, imagine the close-up feeling that I got when I was in high school. And so I finished Just a Smile, thinking about that. So we submitted
Wait. When you, I wanna go there.
Yeah.
When you're trying to remember that feeling, what came first? The music, the chords, or sabay?
Well, I usually write chords first, and then I sing a melody, and then put words sabay. So, melody and words are sabay. Pero may mga times, syempre, hindi nagma-make sense yung words muna. Kasi parang sonic pa rin yung approach ko sa, sa words. Parang what sounds parang what sounds good to sing, something like that, and then
Yes.
somehow you kind of massage it until it starts really making sense, and ganon. So there, so we submitted that, and then the song got picked. I even went back to Wingard. Sabi ko, Wingard, parang syempre hindi pa ako talagang officially nakaalis kasi hindi pa nga tapos yung June. Sabi ko, there's this project that I got, and would you like to to still manage it for me, ganun. Sabi niya, no, it's okay, ask your friend to handle it from here, sabi niya ganun. Ayun, so then, yeah, I didn't have a band, so we got Jack Rufo to produce it, and he got a bunch of guys together. He got Baguettes to play the drums on it. He got
Wow.
Junjun Perez to play the bass, and then he played guitar. We both played guitar. That's it. He produced that song. I didn't have a band when that song came out, and then of course, my good friend Franklin, I called him like, Frank, I need to have a band. So then, and yun nga, Franklin has this pool of musicians. So he got the rest of the band for me. Like we formed my solo band from Franklin's friends. So it was Richie, it was Adrian. Yeah. So yun, ganun nangyari yung transition ko. Hindi ko in-expect na ganun kabilis. I didn't know what. It was really like a step of faith na parang hindi ko alam anong next. Basta I just needed to, to take that step. Yeah.
How about yung sa like sa Tabing Ilog? How did that become the theme song to
Yung theme song.
Nauna ba yung song or
That's kind of interesting din. I forgot. Yeah, so the director of Tabing Ilog, si Mui, approached our band, and then yun nga, said they wanted the song for a show that they were conceptualizing, and they didn't really, parang, yeah, wala silang masyadong pointer sa amin how they wanted it to sound. They just wanted it to sound like our sound and something, and so we went to the studio. Yun lang, no? So they scheduled a studio. We went to the studio. We didn't have
With
a
no
song.
song yet.
No song.
No lyrics, no nothing.
Nothing. We were gonna do it there. So we went there, and then they had pointers. They had like, I mean, musically nga, wala silang parang they just wanted to be like the acoustic, our sound, our current sound at the time. Tapos sabi nila, gusto lang namin may mga themes na ganito, barkadahan, themes about the ilog, and themes, may mga ano lang sila. Tapos syempre Tagalog song. Di ba, I said like I grew up in Roxas City. And yun nga, parang, yun, mas challenge sa akin yung writing in Tagalog kasi, yun nga, hindi ko siya kinalakihan na language. So, but Romel, my bandmate, was, is very well versed, di ba? And so kaming dalawa mostly him, like the words, he was the one who really. So anyway, so when we got to the studio, I just used a song that I was currently working on, and it had English lyrics. It sounds exactly like Tabing Ilog, except it's English.
You gotta release this, Barbie!
Hindi pa tapos.
You gotta release this song!
Hindi siya natapos.
For Instagram.
Just the riff and the verse. Excuse me lang just my. So it was English pero verse pa lang. Yung riff lang, dalawang chords na yon, and then verse. And then Romel started writing lyrics, and we just both worked on it in the studio, and then we did the chorus, and then we recorded it. We recorded the TV version, yung parang 1 minute parang ganon. And then after some time, I don't know if we went back another time to record the album version. I don't know if it was a different day. But yeah, we recorded it and wrote it in the studio.
But you have to release that other song with the same music and English lyrics of something else. That sounds interesting.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi!
That's Raymund and Darren. Say hello.
Hi.
hello?
Don't you have school?
It's my break.
It's his break. Okay.
It's your break. Cool.
I finished my work and now it's my break.
Oh, you play at chess again, okay?
Good
wear
job.
your headphones. Okay.
So hard.
So hard? Well, you try the easy mode first.
How do I make it easy?
I don't know. Go to settings. Look for first time na niya na-realize na may chess game sa loob ng computer niya. It's like, I found a chess game. Can I play it?
Have they watched The Queen's Gambit?
I have. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
What about the kids? Akala ko doon
Hindi
yung
pa
nakita.
eh. Ano pa, pa lang siya eh.
Okay.
10 na pala, 10 pa lang. Kaya, hindi pa yata pwede. Actually, sabi ko nga kay Marty, sabi ko, can we let them watch? Kasi forward lang natin yung mga scenes na hindi bagay. Parang ganda kasi ng story, di ba?
Oo nga eh.
Ay, pagkagawa. Yeah.
So, after ng tabing
Yeah.
it's from music from the buffet table, right? So, uh,
Yeah.
are you planning to release like you released Tigre, I think lately, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
speaking of that pala, kasi palagi ko nakita yung cat mo rin. I think
Oo nga eh. Clingy kasi
you wrote
siya eh. Lahat ng interview ko talaga sumasali siya kasi nga, clingy.
tsaka you wrote a song about aspens, right?
Oh,
Parang
yeah, yeah.
kasi meron din kaming aspen dito na we adopted sa house.
Oh, wow.
Parang medyo na-touch ako nung nabasa ko yung story na yun. Could you tell us more about
Thank you.
the song?
Yeah. Yeah, so, personally, I didn't really grow up having pets. I didn't, have that kind of, connection with them. It wasn't only until Vernie, which we got, ano na ba, maybe 3 years ago. Noong una nga, parang we weren't sure, what it's like to really have a pet. I mean, I had pet fishes and rabbits when I was growing up. Pero alam mo naman yung gano'n, wala ka talagang emotional connection with them. But yun nga, when we got Vernie, na-realize namin, first time namin ni Martin na-discover yung pet love. Na parang, grabe, pwede pala, talaga, you can get really close to them and they really bring a lot of happiness in a family, diba? Yung pag-alaga ng pets and then, anyway, so my lolo's sister, her name's Nita Ontiveros Lichauco. So, siya, animal rights advocate. And when I was a kid, my lolo would tell me about his sister nga who lived in Manila. Sabi niya, my sister has, parang she has 30 cats in her house and she has like 9 dogs or something like that. Basta at one time, she had 30 cats living with her. Sabi ko, what? So yun siya, and then she would go out and she had a blanket and a cage in her car. Kasi pag may nakikita siyang mga yun nga, yung mga stray na mga aspen, nire-rescue niya.
Wow.
Ganun siya. She really devoted her life to animals. And so whenever I would see her sa mga reunions, mga family reunions, kasi yun nga, mga kapatid ng lolo ko, mga siblings niya nandun. Nire-remind niya ako palagi na parang yun na yung assignment niya sa akin, Barbie, write a song for the Ascals. Sabi niya gano'n kasi dati Ascal pa eh. Let's see her again, gano'n. Write a song for the Ascals. Ganun siya. Syempre lola, di ba, ko siya lola, gusto kong gawin, kaya lang, wala akong experience nga, wala pa si Vernie nun eh. So, parang iniisip ko siya palagi, parang paano ko gagawin? Parang ayoko just to invent, right? Like as if and then of course we got Vernie, and then yun nga, sadly my lola, si Tata, passed away last year. So alam mo yun, she passed away, hindi ko pa rin nagagawa yung request niya sa akin. Yun nga, but I did wanna do it, but I just couldn't. I didn't know how. And then started talking to Tita Alia, who is my neighbor din, Martin's tita. Ganun din siya. She has 3 aspens in her house. She loves animals. She's an animal rights din talaga, advocate na person, ganun din. And then she's also a friend of Tata. So, kunento niya how they talk about aspens and their love for animals. Si Tita Alia is a writer. She's been writing, articles and editing books, things like that for her. Yun yung job niya. Writer talaga siya, journalist. So, na-realize ko, I found the person. I found the right person to write the story for Tata. So, yun. So then I asked her, I begged her na, I have this promise to Tata that I never got to do. Yan. So, ko siya kinulit, parang hinintay ko lang siya. But then like maybe a week or before 2 weeks, she sent me on my inbox. Doon na, kompleto na yung buong lyrics ng An Aspen
Wow.
song. Yeah. So then, so I put melody, but I was really touched, yun na nga. Kasi ngayon nga, it wasn't something that I knew how to write, but she really, her perspective talaga was very important. I mean, very, very rich yung niya, yung experience niya with them. So, yun. So it's really Tita Alia's heart that
Really.
Go Darren.
Sabihin ko lang, mag-agree lang ako sa sinabi ni Barbie na sabi rin, I just read it off the article that you said na pets have changed your perspective about about animals and life. So parang sobrang agree ako dun, 100%.
Di ba?
Sobrang agree.
Talagang nakakaano talaga. Para ka rin may bagong baby eh. Parang ganun yung parang may bagong baby na hindi tumatanda. Lagi lang silang baby. Parang ganun.
Speaking of babies, your husband is a visual artist.
Yes.
How do you balance music, art, motherhood? What's a day like in your house? It seems very interesting. We only see a glimpse of it in the online, of course. But what's your day like? What time do you wake up and what do you do with the kids and your husband? It seems very artistic and musical.
Well, when the kids were younger, I was more active in preparing things for them, like activities, like art activities or music activities, and kami rin ni Martin, we kind of grew up in a similar way wherein our parents just gave us the tools. Parang yan, may art books dyan or may art materials dyan, may musical instrument dyan, may piano that you could use. And they sort of just let us be, parang pag bored kami, yun nga, may gagawin kami. So, parang ganun, we just, around our house, we just put these tools for them. But yun nga, when they were younger, yan, I would plan, kasi they'd get bored, so I would really plan activities. Mga ano lang mga nakita ko sa internet, 'di ba? Kasi pag bata mas madali i-please, 'di ba? Let's do a science experiment. Let's cook. Let's make pancakes today. Talagang yun na, they're happy na for the day, But now that they're older, they're starting to get into their own thing. Isang nagreklamo sila, parang when we were kids, you used to plan, but now you it's actually I have to, peel off their screens kasi if I let them, they'll just, be on Viber or play PS4.
Do you have a rule?
Yeah.
For screen time?
Yeah, we do. Kasi nga, I mean, ako rin naman, pati si Martin din. I mean, I know the how addictive it is. I get addicted too. Like, we can sit there, mamaya 3 hours have passed. You're just like,
Rolling.
So I know. So I mean, we used to, as in mag-argue nga kami ng kids, and then at one time I told them, you know what, it's not really your fault. Sabi ko, it's not that you're being disobedient, it's just that these screens are really addictive in themselves. Even grown-ups get addicted. Sabi ko lang, but we have to be smart. That's why we have to be smart and wise about it, that we have to protect ourselves. So it's not your fault that you're disobedient. Sabi ko, but we have to find some rules that will work to keep us, from,
Balance.
frying our brains. Parang ganon. So, minsan pa iba-iba siya, pero generally, our rule is screens on the weekends, tapos parang 3 hours lang. Pero minsan, after ng 3 hours nila na screens, manonood pa sila ng anime. May mga ganon with daddy. So, okay lang yun. It's kind of flexible, But, especially on school days, walang yung screens nila. Kasi nga, especially ngayon, kasi ba, yung school nila, computer na, di ba? Naka-laptop na sila buong day. So, may anime pa rin. Kahit school, basta tapos na yung homework.
May konting,
siya?
I guess may lessons rin konti sa, like, if it's a good show, I guess you can still...
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. There are a lot of good shows, yeah. Mga science shows, they love that. It's just that sometimes you want them to, develop skills din, practice an instrument or
Climb
draw.
trees.
Ayun
Yun,
nga eh.
flying
Di ba,
trees.
I wish, that's one thing that my kids don't get to experience anymore. Like, I don't know. Dati
Speaking
talaga,
of
uwi na
speaking
kami,
of
gabi na eh.
speaking of addictions, before we let you go, Barbie,
Wow.
top five, top five favorite gear
Oh, wow.
right now. Because
Yeah.
I see the Nord behind you.
Oh,
I
you
see
can
you
see. Oh,
have
yeah.
you have the little looping synthesizer thing
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
just
yeah. Let
posted
me
a
see it.
few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Top five
Ah,
favorite gear at the moment.
okay, so
Yeah.
the easiest one is the Empress Zoya. I mean, I keep posting about it. It's not
Is it
because
there?
like,
Is it like show it?
yeah,
Show
no,
the
my camera
Empress.
is, wait. I have to,
Sorry.
how do I do it? Let me see.
Ganda rin ng painting.
Oh, nga, si Martin kaya yan. Oh, there. Camera's moving. Sorry, Barbie.
Buhatin ko na lang. But my board is a bit
Katabi mo talaga, ah. Katabi mo.
sa likod.
Oh.
There you go. Oh my God. The
Oh.
Empress is in the lower left.
This one.
That
this
one. Yeah. Okay.
So, ano
Tell
ba
us
tell
what
you
it
about
is. Tell us what it is.
Okay. I guess it could be already my top 5. It does so many things. It could already be, well, I'll fix the camera lang. Diba? Yan. Ganun na tayo ngayon. One-man production team, diba? Ganun na tayo pa.
Yes.
So the Empress, yun nga, I keep posting about it. It's not because I have to. I don't have like a deal with them or anything like that. It's just that it's an open platform pedal where, so it's basically a computer where you can design drum machines. And it's a modular. It's a modular in pedal form. But then it also has all the parang the algorithms ng kung ano yung sound quality ng Empress pedals nandiyan din sa loob. Parang so it really replaced a lot of my pedals. So the reason why I keep posting about it is because it's just because I have fun like creating in it. Like I build patches, I build sounds, and then sinishare ko lang. Ganon. So,
You can do sequences with it, right? Parang you're
Yeah,
doing sequences
yeah.
with it.
Modular talaga siya eh. Parang I don't know what's not in it. Kasi yan, it has, you can make a keyboard and you can control it with an external keyboard, or you can play it on the thing itself so the buttons work. And then it has all the guitar effects you could need. It even has distortion, fuzz. It's a multi-effects pedal. People have made tuner. You can make it into a tuner. You can use it for utility. It can be a mixer. So I use it as a mixer. I put a bass and a ganon. So yeah.
Okay,
It's
is that
really
number one? What are the other?
let me see. Parang yun talaga. That's the gear that's been keeping me busy this whole. It's made 2020 less boring, definitely, for me. Aside from that, I don't really have any new
Wow.
gear. Natapos na yata ako sa ano eh. Alam mo yan, may season mga 2008, 2010. Alam mo yun, yung
Tuloy-tuloy lang.
you're looking for, I guess, a gear that you would really love to parang to make your sound, di ba? Ganon. So,
How do you record? What's your DAW setup?
well, I'm using the computer right now, but it's
Okay.
Logic.
Logic.
Yeah, I use this mic. Yeah, I like this mic. It's a Neumann TLM 102.
What's your interface?
Okay. For recording, I use an Apogee Duet. Still the old one, yung Firewire version.
Mhm.
So, and then right now I'm just using this. This is just my online thing. It's a Yamaha AG03. Sobrang ano nito. I mean, I've had this since 2016. It's cool. It has reverb. It has 6 inputs. And it can plug, it's USB, so it can plug straight to your phone. So ngayon, di ba, ang dami nang naglabasa ng mga USB mixers nga because of,
Yes.
the need right now. But this thing, yun nga, ng 2016, it was like the only one that I could find in its size, and it's, yeah, so I've had it for a long time.
Are you working on anything that you'll release soon? That you
Yeah,
like to tell
actually,
us?
yeah, I have an album's worth of songs done.
Wow.
So, we're just, ano lang, yeah, dahil sa pandemic, di ba nabago yung mga
Timeline.
schedules. So we've released like an Aspen song is out. We've released
Who played
singles.
in it? Who played in it, and where did you
My
guys
band,
record it?
my band now is Jonard Bolor on drums and
Oh,
Nico
amazing
Rivera.
drummer.
Yeah, Nico Rivera on the keyboard
Si Nicolot.
si Nicolot, and then Karel
Oh,
on
okay.
the bass. So
Did you
yeah, so
record
we were,
there in your house? I saw some
yeah,
video.
the rest of the songs, we recorded the rest of the songs. Parang tinapos namin during the quarantine. But then we're releasing it as single. So we're working with Sony for distribution. So parang the plan is like every month we'll release something. But yun nga, minsan nauudlot dahil sa mga pangyayari. You
I'm
know.
curious, how do you present the songs to the band? Do you send them demos, or do you work on it like live there? Do you let them listen to it live, or
It's different for every song. During the real normal days, they would come here in the house and we would jam the songs. I'd sing it to them and they would jam it out until we find the right arrangement. And then since the pandemic, I would send. Well, thankfully, Karel just lives next door, so before I send it to the band, I can work on the song with him, like changing the chords, ideas for arrangement, general arrangement, and then I would record my part with a click, and then send it to the drummer, something like that. Ganun. But then there are other songs din na ginagawa ko lang sa Logic, and then I send it to them. Pag I feel like the arrangement comes easily, I just do it myself. But for the most part, Karel really helps me with arranging. Sobrang iba, no? Yung
Yeah.
arranging is such a different talent than writing, I find. Parang, iba yung pagbihis ng kanta, paggawa ng dynamics ng story within the song. It's a different gift, and yun nga. I'm thankful that Karel and Nico also, they both work as musical directors for different projects.
Yes.
So, yeah, sobrang gift nila yun. Like, take a song and make it sound unique or sound fresh. That's their gift. So, yeah.
Anyway, Barbie, thanks for taking time to talk to us.
Oh, thank you. Nice hanging out with you in the morning.
Yes.
Morning people ba kayo
oo
talaga?
nga. No.
Nagulat nga ako, 10 a.m. ha? Yeah.
Eh, para
This is what
tapos
the
na,
pandemic,
diba? The pandemic.
this is what the pandemic has done to us, no? Nagbago na yung ano.
Mas maganda yung ilaw pag umaga eh, 'di ba? Pag
Oh, yeah, that's
no,
true.
that's not
You can't get this,
that's not the reason. But keep your family safe and healthy.
Thank you. Kayo
Thank you
rin,
for
kayo
hanging
rin.
out. Hope to see you
Stay
soon.
well. Yes.
Probably, I drop by sa bahay ni na Echo once in a while.
Yes, yes.
Because we bike together, so sometimes I hang out.
Yeah.
Hindi pa kita inaabutan but yeah, hope to see you soon. Bump
Sabi nga
into you
nila.
or jam or something.
Yes, would love that. Take care then and stay creative. I know you guys have been creative and busy. Diba? You have your playground there. Kaya tuloy-tuloy lang gawa ng things. Yeah. So,
Thank you.
Thank you, Darren. Thanks